thanks for what you do with your podcast and all the rest. You're doing a great job. Hope everybody keeps tuning in. You get a lot of good info, a lot of insights, understandings of how to get strong, how to stay strong, how to use your strength.
You do a great job, dude. You make things better than they are in real life, I think.
If you don't follow Massenomics, y'all do it. Social media, website, everything.
Massenomics.
Welcome back, everyone, to episode 243 of the Massenomics podcast, the lifting podcast about nothing. My name is Tanner.
And my name is Tommy.
Tommy, we're back for 243.
For a special Thanksgiving Eve edition as we record.
Yes, as we record. So I guess neither of us are I forgot to ask you, but you
I'm catching a flight in like an hour, so we got to get this going here, Tanner.
Yeah, we better really roll. We're going to have to get through these ads and everything else real quick. So let's start with the ads. Today's show is brought to you by Lifting Large. Lifting Large set a new standard for customer service within the strength world. They have live website chat support and speedy email responses. Lifting Large is home of the Ground Lock Deadlift Slipper, and they are always in stock and ready to ship. Massenomics listeners can save 20% on all Lifting Large branded products by using our discount code, and that code is MASS20 at liftinglarge.com. Today's episode is also brought to you by SPUD Inc. The goal of SPUD Inc. straps is to make products that support sports performance and help everyone achieve their training goals. They make products that last forever, won't bust your budget, and most importantly, leave absolutely no doubt about success when everything is on the line. Check them out online at spud-inc-straps.com. This episode is also brought to you by Hybrid Performance Method. They're your one-stop shop for all things fitness and online coaching. Whether your goals are training-related, nutrition and body composition-related, or both, Hybrid certainly has a program for you. With dedicated and experienced coaches in each strength and fitness discipline, you can rest assured that you are in the best hands possible. Our discount code with them is MASS, M-A-S-S, in all caps, and that'll save you 5% off any training or nutrition memberships for the life of your membership. This episode is also brought to you by Texas Power Bars. In 1980, Buddy Cap set out on his own to make what he believed was the greatest bar he had ever seen and trained with, and the Texas Power Bar was born. It was strong as a house with the best knurling, and it was maintenance-free. Hundreds of state, national, Massenomics, international, and world powerlifting records have been and continue to be set and broken on the Texas Power Bar. To learn more, visit them at texaspowerbars.com. There's our ad. So you are on a big flight for Thanksgiving then?
Yeah. No, not quite this year.
Yeah. We're keeping it pretty low key.
We are too. I think a lot of people across the country are probably keeping it fairly low key.
What's going on, but it seems to be common.
Well, we live in the COVID hotspot of the world right now.
In these trying times.
Yeah. in these uncertain times.
Yeah,
Tanner.
Uncertain. And it's a little trying.
That's if you feel like you haven't said uncertain enough, then you can go to trying. Okay. But uncertain is the key word here, Tanner. And we're standing strong with you.
It's been tough with everything going on, though.
Oh, it's just one of those. I was actually laughing the other day. I was thinking about this. I don't know what episode it was. Probably May, maybe May. And we said, when do you think like people will start just like going to meets again and doing stuff? Right. And our over-under was like the that Pioneer meet, which was in like August. And we're like, I think I said, I bet right around then is when people really start going to meets and meets start and everything starts evening out. And
it kind of looked like that was to be true for a while, but then it just went back the other direction.
It did.
And it does sound like, I don't know that this was an official report. I actually texted it you today.
Oh, yeah, we didn't talk about this yet.
Arnold, as far as we understand, won't go on in March. I mean, could have guessed we assumed that was the case anyways.
I don't think that should surprise anyone.
But we hadn't heard any formal communication on that. Still hadn't. It's just something I heard through someone else, but that they mentioned it probably won't, or that it is canceled for March, and that they may reschedule for either May or June, like that. A couple different weekends picked out there.
That's the word on the street.
Yeah. So interesting to see what happens there.
That will be very interesting to see.
Right.
Want the Arnold to happen, but
right.
Also want the Arnold to happen when the world feels safe going out. What's the point of an Arnold with 1/10 of the attendance?
No.
If the only people going are the people like, I don't care about COVID. It's like, okay, yeah, you got those people, but you only got those people.
Right.
For the Arnold to be successful, you need the hundreds of thousands of people that go.
Yeah, and if they're between May and June, my thing would be like, just go with June. Let's give us as much, give us the more extra time, the better.
No reason to get a jump start on any of this.
Right, because when in this process have you been like, oh, like when has it been?
Oh, they were way too long. Yeah.
You know, just let's give us as much buffer as possible. So that's kind of maybe promising that if they say June, that I could see there being potentially that could work.
Yeah,
a lot more of a chance
it
than March
seems
was
like
going to
it,
happen.
But we've also said this like 4 times now, so
Right.
who knows? But
right.
I don't know. Maybe there's a
I wonder how
vaccine
long
around
it
the
has
corner,
to not.
Tanner.
Yeah, I wonder how long the Arnold has to not exist before when it ever would come back. That people are like, nah, that's not anything anymore. We're not going.
I don't. Could it ever though? Could that really ever happen? I just feel
You
like
wouldn't
as
think
long
so.
as Arnold's name, if it was someone else's name attached to it, I could see how it'd be like, well, okay, that person's
Right.
worn out their welcome. But Arnold just has, I think, too much star power to ever really just burn the bridge.
Right. I think you're probably right too.
It just seems like it. I don't know. No one else is stepping up in
Right.
that space. So
Right.
he owns it,
And that's why they call him Arnold.
and that's why he is Arnold. Tanner, are you ready for a can?
Oh.
You
Need I
thought
say
I'd
more?
never-
Need I say more?
All right, close your eyes.
I'm just going to do a nose breath.
Are you not looking?
Oh, yeah. Eyes are closed. Nose is open, but I think I can smell
Before
it.
you look here, do you have a koozie of your own or not?
We could bust out one of these here.
Oh, stepping ahead in the show.
To be,
Well, actually, that technically should be old news for anyone that really is a fan.
that's true. That's true.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. Oh, we've got a can.
We do got a can.
That makes sense for what's in the can. I'll crack it open here. All right. Oh, that tastes like a brewski.
a cold one or a
Yeah.
warm one?
Let me try that again. Oh, that tastes like a good old fashioned crispy boy brewski to me.
Like when you say brewski, like crispy boy, do you mean IPA kind of too? When you say that?
this tastes like a beer I would drink. Let me.
And now,
It's really hitting the spot right now.
I think of when I think back. Well, actually, you should guess because before I start telling stories,
Okay.
then you got to keep your eyes closed for 10 minutes.
That's good. It's a good beer, and I feel like I should know what beer this is, and I'm gonna guess wrong. I say, is this a Coors Light, or is this a Michelob Golden Light? Or
It is a. Go ahead and look. Go ahead and look, Tanner.
oh, Michelob Ultra.
It's an Ultra.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I knew it was a good old fashioned crispy one. Yeah,
Historically, for me, the night before Thanksgiving is a time of heavy drinking and
Yeah.
and merriness and cheer. And this year isn't quite that case, but
I should have known it's the taller,
it's the
skinnier
skinny can. Well, but Coors Light is a slightly skinnier can.
yeah,
but
and
this
I
one
wasn't.
is an even skinnier can.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling it out quite right. I should have been able to tell how loose this is in the koozie. Mm-hmm. It's good though.
Yeah. So I got a whole cooler of them here. I might just say
Yeah,
I can put down during the podcast.
I don't got to work tomorrow.
I'll tell you what.
What would Tyler have done?
Tyler would have been down 2 by now already.
Speaking of Tyler,
Actually, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna put a few of these down during the podcast because that sounds
I
fun
probably
to me.
will
And,
too. Then
don't gotta actually kind of sort of. We do Massenomics. We're gonna talk about that. We got a
Yeah.
lot of shit going on Black Friday, or you guys already saw it happen.
Right.
While that's going on,
we're recording this Wednesday night.
Yeah, so we got, we're a little more than 24 hours out from our Black Friday release, and
but it's been a pretty big deal for us. Like
it's
we've been putting
90%
some
done.
legit
but
work into this.
Damn, this thing has been months and months in the making, has it?
It has been, and we're sitting here now. When you listen to this, it's already happened, but we're sitting here now speculating how it's going to go for us and stuff. And I feel pretty optimistic. I
do too. I mean, we pretty much sold out of lift shorts today. Like
Yes.
we didn't do
Right.
anything besides make a dumb meme, and we almost sold out of lift shorts today. So I hope that's a sign of what's to come for Black Friday.
I think we're always by nature a little bit cautiously optimistic. I don't think we've ever once done something and been like, "Yep, this is like just going to be absolute freaking gangbusters." I always like to be a little reserved so that
You said one key word there, Tanner. You said the phrase cautiously optimistic. To me, that is any business leader's favorite phrase to use. Since I've had a job, since I got done with college, since I've been 21, I've heard every boss I've ever worked for use the phrase cautiously optimistic. And I'm like, when do we stop being cautiously and just be like, things are
no,
going
we're killing
good.
it. Yeah.
So I guess has things just been that shitty for that long? I don't, but I've just like, everyone uses that phrase. But
that is true.
go ahead though.
that Tyler's back.
Well,
right.
but first we were saying we're going too many places here.
Yeah, okay.
First we were saying, about our Black Friday release.
Black Friday release. Okay.
And yeah, we have been
tracks.
for sure working on this thing for months.
Yes.
Like, I mean, the ammonia. I mean, you guys have seen this by now. But
that's what's in the can part 2 today.
So
maybe that's just right now.
Yeah, and at this point, you should have seen it online. So yeah, we should probably do that.
Yeah.
What's in the can? What's in Tanner's sack? What is it? And here it is.
So and this is super cool. This is one of the things we're very excited about.
Probably the most unique product we've ever released because it's not just apparel. Actually, the Silly Pint's pretty unique too, but
that's true.
But this thing is, as far as just a really cool thing, and
I mean, I don't want to speak for you, but I was so excited about this to get this rolling and like just a really. I think the packaging is just insanely
I can't even
cool.
remember how the idea really even came up. Do you? I think it was just
Actually, we had talked. You and I had talked about it before.
Yeah, that's
and then so this is what this is the Massenomics ale scented ammonia pack, or what do we call it, the kit or the pack?
The ammonia kit. Yeah, ale scented ammonia, in collaboration with our good friends and our neighbors to the north at Obsidian Ammonia.
And what happened was Travis who runs Obsidian, owns Obsidian, and he had also thought this was a good idea. So I can't remember if he finally got a hold of us or if we got a hold of him or which way it went.
I just feel like it's one of those things that we've talked about for so long. I don't even remember how it got started.
So in the kit, you've got, this is actually the activator.
First you get the koozie.
Yeah, the koozie on the outside wrap.
So you got the Lift Hard, Live Easy koozie. You pop that
which is
off.
a new koozie for us.
You got this legit canister here.
The packaging is part of what's so freaking cool.
The packaging is like really what's setting this thing above and beyond.
Like it looks like looks like a brewski.
We say Obsidian Ammonia, like it's going to be good. But what could the Massenomics guys do to maybe take this up a notch? And so we have it looking like it's this crispy boy here, just waiting to go. You open it up.
Jeez,
under pressure. Yeah, here. You open it up. Very first thing you see is you also get this brand new Massenomics bottle opener.
Yep.
With the Lift Hard, Leave Easy skull on it, which is
pretty cute.
Very cool.
And this is not aluminum. This is steel.
Doesn't quite fit into the disposable throwaway culture.
No, this is not throwaway culture.
This is metal. So
this is
not quite in tune with what we normally do, but the rest of this thing you can throw away at some point. So.
Yes.
But yeah, then you have the, actually there's 3 stickers in there too.
Yep. So all 3 of the new Lift Hard, Live Easy stickers too.
Which is our new sticker pack for Black Friday. Yep. And then you get to the goods. Yep. And that's where you have the ammonia bottle along with the activator. And the activator is a bit of a floral ale scent.
Yep.
We actually we had quite a few samples. There was a process to narrow it down.
Yeah, we did. We went through several samples that we were working on.
Because everyone wants their ammonia to have just the right scent to it.
Yeah.
Because that is why people buy ammonia, is for the scent,
And we have had some of this in the gym, been product testing it, and it melted everyone's face clean off. The skull face,
it's an
the
actual
skull face
photo.
is what you look like after you use this. And I'm not exaggerating. I would, this, I think even in some of his longer directions, he says this, just do the thing where you crack the cap.
Yeah.
Like leave the cap kind of on, especially when this is fresh, because it is wicked.
Will destroy you.
It is really, really wicked. And I'm not exaggerating on that. Like it is painful. The first time it felt like someone poked me in my brain when I tried it. So
and you don't realize, like, when you don't do ammonia like in a stimulated state, like when you're just chilling, like the time
I'm not gonna do it right now.
I know I'm not either, but like the time we're like, well, we should try this scent, and we scented it, and they're like, well, we should do it in here too.
It's just
and we're just sitting here, we're like, whoa, that's really, really way more unpleasant than what I even remember.
This packaging is so cool, though. It looks like
it does look really cool. Yeah. And I think Travis actually sent a picture he sent us a picture with like his beverage fridge loaded up with these. It looks really cool. So, this is definitely one of the things we're really excited about in the drop that you guys hopefully bought out of them by now. And that will be
that's a limited deal.
Yeah. That's not like, it's not like the lift shorts, the blue lift shorts where there's 100 of them and that's it, never again.
Right.
Like, I don't know, maybe someday we'll get more of these, but it's also like, it is a little bit of
or
a
maybe
process.
there'll be a different twist on it
or a
that
different
time
twist,
we do.
yeah. But this isn't like, oh, this will just live in the store forever.
No, I think we would probably sell out of what we've got here. I think that these will go fast as my and I would say it's more expensive than a cheap bottle of ammonia that you're going to buy, but we've got a few other, I mean, it's more than just a bottle of ammonia that you're getting.
Yeah, we got
here.
some goodies in there, and it's really cool.
Yeah. So then we also did just, you get the koozie with this pack. We also have another koozie available. It's the
what you're wearing,
heavy lager.
the heavy lager.
Yep. So I guess to jump to that, this is what I was most excited about. This is what I hinted at. This is my new favorite shirt.
Yep.
And you can only see the front chest logo I'm sitting down, obviously, but it's got this logo big on the back.
And we said, what if Massenomics did its own beer?
Yep.
And it'd be the Massenomics heavy lager for sure.
Yeah. So maybe someday we'll make this into a beer too, in some sort of run.
If someone out there knows someone that has a brewery, we got multiple packaging ideas ready to go. Just
we're all on
slap
top of the
can.
logo. Yeah.
We got the design taken care of. You just need to get that flavor profile cooking up.
I do really like this shirt though. It's this heather gray and with this navy logo on it,
Which is a different color for us.
Yeah, it is.
We used to only have blue shirts. Then we had a lot of black shirts.
Yep.
Now we got a gray shirt, Tanner.
Yep.
Really taking on the shirt industry. All the colors.
All the
colors in the industry.
Then what else with the Lift Fast?
The Lift Fast.
It's what it's coined as, which it's the Lift Fast.
With the flair of a certain motorsport.
And it says Lift Hard, Live Easy on it. This also, the heavy lager tee also has Lift Hard, Live Easy branded into it there too, if you look close enough. What else? The joggers are back in stock.
Joggers are back. Just barely
in
made
time.
it.
Just got here today, just in time before the holiday, and we would have missed out.
In fact, when you were telling me that, I misunderstood it and thought we weren't getting them for another week still, but they did slip in, so everyone can get their joggers before Christmas.
Still maybe have some of the Lift Ugly Christmas sweater available. Mm-hmm. And then I was wearing it tonight. It's here somewhere. Is
the Lift Hard Live Easy hoodie.
The Lift Hard
Zip
Live Easy
hoodie.
Zip Up hoodie, which that thing is extremely gangster. And if that doesn't sell out, I would be shocked. If you can even get one of those still, I'd probably
The guys
be
in the
surprised.
gym have been loving them.
Oh,
everyone can't wear
loves
that thing in the gym without someone wanting to buy one on the spot.
Everyone loves that thing from what I've seen. So,
And it looks amazing.
yeah, it's got the big Lift Hard Live Easy print on the back of it, that same as the Lift Hard Live Easy skull shirt that we have, and then on the chest, it has the text of it. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Is that everything? The new sticker pack, the Lift Hard Live Easy sticker pack we talked about.
Yep.
I think that's just about everything, right?
Yeah. The heavy lager koozie.
Yeah, the heavy lager koozie.
Which we kind of did say that already. So yeah, I think that's about all of it. But Lift Hard Live Easy flag too. And
the flag.
We forget because we've had it in the gym for several weeks now.
Right.
But yeah, the flag, that flag looks really good. That one should belong like in every gym.
And that's the big one too. It's like 40 inches wide by 50 inches tall.
Same size as the 8-bit flags.
Yep.
And those things do pop on the wall. That is for sure.
They do pop. That thing's
It's a statement piece.
That thing's also very gangster.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got all that stuff. Who knows what's left of all of it by now, though? A lot of those things could be sold out.
Yeah. Hopefully not a ton. Hopefully, if you're listening, maybe you can get the one you need, and then you're like the last one to get it.
Yeah. If you're a big time podcast listener, you probably were watching us over Black Friday. I hope
if you're a big fan of the podcast, you already knew what happened. We sent out emails, all that.
Right.
And hopefully, just orders have just been absolutely insane.
Yeah. I hope so. I hope. As this comes out on Monday, I am just struggling to tread water. I'm like, just been up for like 3 nights. Like, I don't know.
Bad's happening.
I don't know. It does get it when it gets really busy like that. I get into this thing where I'm like,
the state of panic, kind of.
Yeah, panic, and where I'm like, because normally I love seeing every order that comes in. I'm like, yes, I love everyone. Everyone excites me, and there are certain times when it just gets crazy busy like that, where I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that one coming in. But then
you feel like you're treading water and someone's just pushing your head down.
That is what it feels like, and I start to be in the back of my head, almost wish, please stop buying things. But then the second I pack the last order, I'm like, I wish I wouldn't have thought that.
It seems like there's no end in sight until it's in sight. And you're like, oh, that's it.
Yeah, and then I'm like, oh, I really miss the rush of when those orders were just dinging in like crazy.
Yeah. Vicious cycle.
It is. It is funny. But yeah, and the goal will be for us to get as much of those out as quick as possible. So I'm guessing if you ordered something by the time you're listening to this, it's hopefully going to be on the way really shortly.
Yeah. Oh, and maybe most importantly, we did forget to mention that the lift shorts are on sale 70% off.
Right.
Normally very modestly priced at $100. They are now on sale for $29.99.
Yeah. $29.98.
Oh, 98.
Lift
Sorry,
shorts 1.0, 2.0s are $29.99.
Right. Yeah, there's the penny difference. Yeah. But as after today, there might
I guess that sale's
there might
over
not be
maybe,
any of those even left.
Yeah.
So, and by the time you're listening to this, there's no way there's any left.
There won't be.
Unless it's
Lift shorts 2.0, we have a huge stock of, so maybe we'll have some of those still,
Those, yeah.
but the 1.0, no, you're screwed.
Yeah. Tanner, I'm kind of thirsty right now.
Are you time for another brewski? Yeah. Well, maybe I better have one just to not look like a weenie man.
I'm stuck.
This is a good.
I'm not the. I actually like to talk about light beers, like it's some rich flavor profile. I'm not much of the Ultra is never like my go-to beverage, but it is my father-in-law's go-to beverage. So we have a beverage fridge here, Tanner, living the high life.
So
I keep Ultras on stock on that beverage fridge. And I was actually very surprised to go upstairs and see there was only like 3 of them left. So I'll have to make a little run and get some more of those.
It is tasty though.
It is. So I'm going with Bud Light now this time.
He's got the Bud Light.
Really making the light flight here, seeing what it's all about.
This is a pretty hard hitting podcast episode. Normally it's one LaCroix and done. We're a couple brewskis deep.
Couple bruchachas. And because I was actually shocked how few beers are in my fridge upstairs. I have another Bud Light and I think a Keystone in there. Really getting down to the bottom.
I haven't
of the
had
barrel.
a Keystone for a while.
Yeah. There was some Coronas up there too, but I guess I could have got to try the bottle opener out. I could still go grab those.
That's tempting. Just to use the bottle opener.
Oh, so what this late night pre-Thanksgiving podcast. What else is going on in the world of Massenomics?
Well, like I said, Tyler is back.
Oh, yes. That was the other thing. Yes. So Tyler is back.
I welcomed him back into the gym today. He got himself signed up. So Tyler actually hadn't been there since we had the gym expansion.
Oh,
so
he had
his first time seeing
I was going to ask you. I wasn't sure if he had seen that or not.
He thought he was because I assume you've seen videos and stuff of it. How does it compare in person? Because
did he do it a few nose breaths and do these dumb sons of bitches?
No, I think he was pretty impressed with the actual.
They pulled it off.
Yeah, he's like, these crazy bastards are still doing it. He likes the gym. He said it actually is even bigger than what I would have imagined by the context of the pictures.
I'm actually kind of shocked he hasn't seen the second side before.
Yeah. So he's been gone for that.
It couldn't have been too much.
No, he thought that he left, shortly before.
Yeah,
it
must have been. Yeah. Wow. So all in all, he gave it his sign of approval.
Yeah. So he's back to
Western. He must have just got back like today, right?
I think he got back today or yesterday, and priority number 1 is getting signed up at the gym. So yeah, he's back to Western, Northeast, South Dakota for the first time in probably a couple of years, I suppose.
It's got to be like 2.
Yeah. So I shared that in the story.
His return was well publicized.
Yeah.
He had his angle.
Yeah.
He came in the gym. You had your angle of it.
To be 100% honest, you know how you have to let someone in the upstairs door. And I said, don't come in. Then when we got downstairs, I said, because what would the scenario be where I'm standing there waiting to video him?
I figured what it was is like, because you have a good point there. He can't just get in the gym. He needs the key. I assumed like you went up and opened the door, and then he was taking his shoes off or something.
No, I said, hey, just wait. I'm going to take a video of you coming in the door.
That's awesome.
And then I right before I recorded, I go, okay, okay. And then he walked in.
I actually like that way more.
Yeah. Dan Bell made the comment. You guys legalize weed and Tyler shows up 2 weeks later.
That is funny. Grassonomics, baby.
2021. New product line.
Seems to be a lot of demand there's a lot of this underground demand for Grassonomics, I've noticed.
I think
people keep calling it out.
I think Grassonomics is going to take a grassroots approach, if you will.
That's the way to do it.
First, we have to weed out all the bad ideas and Come up with our favorites.
Yeah.
Pot.
Yeah, you're just blowing smoke up my ass now, Tanner.
People do still make the comment sometimes that we look like stoners. That comes up from time to
I
time.
know. I get surprised often that comes up. I think probably, I have very long hair tonight, Tanner. Tanner, do I have long hair, or is it just this shirt that makes my hair look long?
Your hair is looking pretty long.
I can actually, when it's wet, the other day it kind of hit me, like I can reach, when it's wet, the longest part can literally touch my waist in the back.
How long has it been since you cut your hair at all?
Oh, I haven't actually cut it. I mean, I actually haven't got a trim or anything in like a couple of years.
Really?
Yeah.
Like not even like yourself, just like nothing?
No, because I think there was a point, they say stress can kill you. And I was probably stressing myself out more than I should have at a certain time in my life.
Yeah.
And it was literally just falling off. I'd see people I hadn't seen in a couple months, like, oh, you got a haircut. I'm like, nope, haven't done that. And, you make some lifestyle changes and take a little more care of it. And just like that, boom, your hair's a foot longer. Bada bing, bada boom.
It is really long, and I don't really notice. I don't know.
Well, I probably really only see it when it's down or when it's up.
Right.
But yeah, like when it's wet, it's freaking.
It is really long.
Very long hair.
My wife has extremely long hair.
She
My
does.
wife's hair like goes.
I saw you guys have those family pictures, and I wrote, I think in the first one I wrote like, Tanner, you had some big hair gains.
Between
like the two of your guys' family pictures over the years. But then I did not realize how long Mary's hair is.
In the same way, it's usually like up, so you don't necessarily notice. When she has it down, it's extremely long. But I haven't gotten a haircut in 9 months now.
Really?
Longest in my life I've never got without. Yeah. My hair is the longest it has ever been in my life.
There comes this point, at least for me, when I was first starting to grow my hair out, came this point where I was like, fuck it, let's just see what can happen here. And it's like after a while, you're like, oh, my body's growing and changing. Like, this is new and exciting. And it kind of turned into like a game of yourself, like, how far can we take this? And then here I am 10 years later. But I don't know if you're having any of those same sentiments, Tanner.
I'm at a point now where it honestly doesn't feel like it's growing anymore. I think it's going to take months from this point to start to actually, it got to what it is now, and now it just doesn't. Change.
But it's also like for a long time, it takes like, okay, it's got to get to my eyebrows. It's got to get to my eyebrows.
Yeah.
And it's okay, it gets to your eyebrows, and then it's like, oh, now it's in my eyes. And it's just in your eyes for like the phase where it's in your eyes is like the longest phase ever, because it's just hanging down and it's not long enough to go behind your ear or to really tuck away. Well, and that phase takes forever.
And the longest of my hair is the very front of my hair, because like before I did get a haircut, it was shaved on the side, so the front of my hair goes down like below my mouth. But that is super. I struggle really bad with it being in, like, not going behind my ears, where I'm like, oh, this is pretty uncomfortable. But I should consult with you about like tips and tricks.
You just keep waiting.
Yeah,
it's just like when you're trying to get stronger. It's like what
takes time.
You just keep grinding.
Yeah. It's I said it's like my 2/5 life crisis, not getting a haircut.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for someone at work to be like, "Oh, you gonna cut your hair?" Or be like, "Nah, I don't know."
What are you talking about? Yeah. This is how my hair always is.
Well, and I've always had pretty short hair, too. Yeah. So it's
you're a military guy, Tanner. It's kind of in your blood. It's who you are.
I think it's not necessarily who I am.
You don't have a choice. That is who you are, Tanner. That is your identity. You're the military guy.
That's what everyone knows me as that listens to this.
Oh, there's Tanner.
Like, oh, he's that military, the guy that never shuts up
talking about the army and politics and all that stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people are like listening right now, like, was Tanner actually in the army? I can't tell if they're joking.
Yeah, that's true. I was.
He was. And you did even go overseas.
I did. Yeah.
I sometimes have to remind myself that Tanner actually served overseas.
Yeah, and it was over 10 years
and
ago
I actually
now.
Forgot to tell you, Tanner, I was going to talk to you about Veterans Day
a
couple weeks ago. And that was one of the episodes lately where we've said we've had so much to talk about.
Yeah.
That I forgot to bring it up. But
yeah.
Is there anything you wanted to say about Veterans Day now that it's coming past?
I have done a couple, it was like 2 or 3 years in a row where I did Veterans Day
speeches.
Did
you do a speech this year?
There was really no thing going
they're probably not doing a huge assembly.
I'm kind of feeling like I'm about ready to retire from that anyways, where I'm like, yeah, I feel like you've
done what needs to be done.
I am a member of my local Legion club, the Brentford South Dakota Legion post.
Okay, so not the local one, but the OG
My
one.
hometown Legion post. Actually, we kind of are disbanded because there was only 5. I think 5 of us left. 3 of which were
I shouldn't be
over
laughing.
70.
I shouldn't be laughing because you said there's 5 of us left. I know it's not because like no one wants to be in it. It's because there's no one left.
Right. It's myself and one other guy that was in OIF, OAF, that served like a little bit, but he's maybe like 10 years older than me. He, I think, is I don't even know. We don't have meetings anymore, so I don't remember.
Are you the youngest member?
I am the youngest member. It's me, the other guy that's 6 years older than me, and then nobody, like just a few really old people outside of that.
Like 70 plus.
Yeah.
Keeping the dream alive.
We actually sold our building for $1. The Legion sold for $1 to the city.
Oh yeah.
It's not pertinent to anything.
Are they keeping it as a Legion, or what? Do they do something with it?
It's not going to be the Legion anymore. That's why they sold it. The city's going to. It's actually also the bar. When Brentford is my hometown, it's population of 65. So the Legion was also the bar.
Yeah, well, that's what I like when you say. Actually, I just assumed I was going to ask you.
Have you ever been there? Had you ever been there before?
To the Brentford one? No, I haven't.
Okay,
but around
remember.
here, I don't know if this is like this everywhere. Like you have VFWs and Legions, and like that's just where people go to drink. Like that's to me, they're just bars.
Yeah.
How does that? I don't get that concept. How that is.
I'm not sure. No, because like the Legion in Brentford, it just straight up is also the bar. It just was the Legion post, but it also served as the bar.
Okay, so is it still a bar though?
Well, that coincidentally also that also kind of closed at the same time, but now the city's like owning the bar.
Do they have a bar?
There's a bar that's going to be open like just a couple nights a week.
Okay.
Now it used to be a 6-night a week thing, but
that is it's kind of like the lifeblood of small towns. You got to have a bar, a place for people to assemble around here.
That's very true, and it's a kind of a hopping. It always had been kind of a hopping bar, and it was a well-run place. And like when it's the only business in town, like that's literally like if you were going to Brentford to see someone, you were going to see them. That one spot, that is it. That would be where you would be going.
I'm from a small town, and like like you're going to the bars there. It's like
right.
You know what you're gonna. But there's also these smaller towns by the town, and it's the same thing where it's like, okay, we know. Doesn't matter what time we're going to see these 4 guys here because they've been at this bar every day of their life for the past 40 years. Like, and they're going to be in their little corner spot over there. And like, it's just the hangout.
Yep.
Small town bars.
That's right. So that's what we learned on today's episode.
That was 30 minutes of just rambling.
And we do have a guest, and he's awake from his nap. He said he took a nap, but he is awake now. So he said he's ready whenever we are too.
It's a late nap. Okay. Well, should I read some ads then?
Yeah, who takes a nap at my bedtime?
Found out with kids, your sleep schedule can really, what time you go to bed at it's never too early all of a sudden, Tanner.
Amen.
If you'd have told me a couple of years ago that I would voluntarily go to bed before 9 p.m., I'd say, no.
I love, like, there's not much better than that. Like, if you could be cozied up in bed by 9 and you're like, man, I'm pretty relaxed right now. You're like, dang, this is cool.
The problem I have right now is, so I was doing that for a while, but then I was watching The Wire and I took a little break, and now I'm getting really back into it. And so I get this itch like, oh, it's just me time. I can just plow through some episodes of The Wire. And that's the debate I have with myself every night.
An extremely weird thing. This is weird to me. Like, some nights I'll go to bed so early that I'll wake up like even before my alarm. And sometimes I'll be like, I'll try and lay in bed for a while and fall back asleep, and I can't.
I've done all the sleeping I can.
Right. So then I will go up and be like, I could actually like watch a little TV uninterrupted right now. So I'll watch like a little TV at like 5:30 in the morning, like put on Mandalorian and be like, all right.
Yeah. Like, I will agree with you on that. The number of times I've woken up 6 a.m. or earlier and been like, I'm not even really tired right now. That's drastically changed too. Like, I could get up at 6 before. It would just suck. And now it's like 5:30. Surprisingly not very tired. So you just kind of, you roll with it.
Right.
Okay, let's do this. This episode of the Massenomics podcast is brought to you by Hybrid Performance Method. If you've been training without a coach and have been looking for a competitive edge, remember to check out hybridperformancemethod.com. Hybrid has 15 different strength and fitness programs covering everything from powerlifting and strongman to gymnastics and general fitness, all included in one training membership. That's not all. Hybrid also offers one-on-one personalized nutrition coaching that uses lifestyle habits and a flexible approach to shaping your nutrition plan around your current lifestyle instead of turning your lifestyle upside down in order to support unsustainable habits that only work in the short run the way most programs do. If you're ready to take your training, nutrition, or both to the next level, use code MASS in all caps, that's MASS, for 5% off all memberships to all for 5% off membership to all programs for the life of your membership. Today's show is also brought to you by Texas Power Bars. Buddy Caps first started lifting weights in the late 60s and began powerlifting in the mid 70s. At the time, he was working for Image Barbell, building gym equipment. Around 1976, a local machine shop started making Olympic bars for them, calling it the Image Bar. In 1977, Image Barbell became Champion Barbell. It was then that Buddy started looking at the bars with an intent of changing them for the better. In 1979, Buddy bought his first lathe to begin addressing the known issues. In 1980, his passion, drive, and purpose now had a greater mission. Buddy set out on his own to make what he believed was the greatest bar he had ever seen and trained with, and the Texas Power Bar was born. It was strong as a house with the best knurling and was maintenance-free. Hundreds of state, national, international, and world powerlifting records have been and continue to be set and broken, and Massenomics records. I almost forgot that.
And that's not just the Brewskis talking. It
No,
really has
that
been.
is the real deal. Have been and continue to be set and broken on the Texas Power Bar. To learn more about Texas Power Bars and buy one of their legendary bars, visit TexasPowerBars.com.
I was just visiting there to order one for the winner of the contest. Nate didn't say he was going to be willing to accept our used barbell. So.
You didn't fall for that old trick?
No, so I guess we really did have to get him a new one.
He said, I've done enough. I've done enough Instagram contests to know not to fall for this trick of going getting the old used barbell.
Next time we give something away, it will be used equipment, though.
You heard it here first. Mid ad break.
Yeah.
No more giving people the good stuff.
If we're gonna give away a Texas Power Bar, someone's getting our old used one, and we're buying a new one.
It's only fair. Today's show is also brought to you by Lifting Large. Since 2004, Lifting Large has been the ground lock deadlift slipper of podcast sponsors. Did you know that?
They are.
Someone made the comment today on the one of the posts on Instagram, and I just have to laugh because
Brandon Amos is usually all over commenting the things are the ground lock deadlift slipper.
It's just like there's not many things I can say that's silly, but that's just a silly thing to say.
That's a silly little goose thing to say.
Since 2004, Lifting Large has been providing the lifters across the world with powerlifting gear from Titan Support Systems. Lifting Large has the largest in-stock supply on Titan wrist and knee wraps in the entire world. Lifting Large is home of the ground lock deadlift slipper, and they're always in stock and always ready to ship. They have ER competition combo racks also in stock and ready to ship too. And you know, in these times with everything going on, there's not a lot of manufacturers or companies that can say they have equipment in stock and ready to ship. They are the only powerlifter supplier with live chat support during the weekdays and email replies to questions in hours, not days. They are now accepting Amazon Pay and Stripe for a quick and simple checkout. And once your checkout is complete, your order will ship fast with same-day shipping on almost all orders. Massenomics customers can use code MASS20, that's MASS20, to get 20% off Lifting Large branded products and also receive an additional 50 rewards points added to your Lifting Large account. Place your orders at liftinglarge.com, and you can follow them on Instagram at liftinglarge, or at liftinglarge.com. That's at liftinglarge.com. And last but not least, this episode of the Massenomics podcast is brought to you by the fine folks at SPUD Inc. and the SPUD Inc. track harness. The SPUD Inc. track harness, Tanner, last week we had the strongman harness. This we have the track harness.
Okay.
And it went from the big guys to the fast guys now. The SPUD Inc. track harness is perfect for speed, strength, and agility training. Built from soft, comfortable webbing that won't restrict blood flow while training, the track harness has a snug fit that allows for fast directional changes without any slipping that could throw an athlete off balance. From the largest gyms to the smallest weight rooms, the track harness unlocks dozens of necessary exercises for strength athletes of all kinds. Pull sleds, run against a parachute, or even attached to a band for plyometric work. Check out the track harness online at spud-inc-straps.com. Thank you to our sponsors.
You know what meme I want to make? I just thought about it while we were reading there.
Hit me with it.
Pirates of the Caribbean, when Captain Jack Sparrow has his compass. And I don't remember what that thing actually points to, but like he'd look at it and it would just like spin in circles.
Yeah, I remember that part. Yeah, just spin.
Yeah, I want take that video and say Massenomics followers trying to find Western Northeast South Dakota.
There we go.
Yeah. So stay tuned for that.
Okay.
That's a Massenomics podcast
you heard it
exclusive.
Here first, yeah.
You got to hear the meme before you see the meme.
The story behind the meme.
So when you see that meme, say, I heard this on the Massenomics comment. I heard about this on the Massenomics podcast. So that way all the people that don't listen to the podcast go, what did they talk about?
Kind of like
here?
like you can be like the hipster of Massenomics memes, like you knew about it before it was cool.
Like, oh, that meme isn't even cool anymore. I knew about it before it was a meme.
I knew about that one a long time ago.
All right, should we try and get Garrett Fear on the horn? That's who our guest is for today, Tommy.
Let's do it.
All right.
Got the old volume button cranked to 11 here.
Perfect.
Hello.
Is this you, Garrett?
This is Garrett.
Garrett, you are live on the Massenomics podcast with Tanner and Tommy. How's it going?
What's up, Garrett?
What's up, guys? It is going. It's a pretty long day of doing absolutely nothing other than cleaning my house and rearranging my office.
Well, that's not nothing.
That sounds pretty productive.
Something. So your office at the gym?
No, at home. Home
okay.
office.
Okay. Right on.
Yep. Slash, like, obviously gaming and whatnot.
Okay. So what do you have an office at the gym too? When we're talking to Indy City Barbell, that's one of the things we wanted to talk to you about is what it's like there at Indy City Barbell. Because you're an owner, correct?
I was.
Oh.
I am no longer an owner.
Oh, shoot. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's we didn't make an announcement about it or anything like that.
So you heard it here on the Massenomics podcast for breaking news.
Official.
Is this a recent development or?
Yeah, within a week.
Okay. Oh. Well, shoot. No wonder I didn't know.
Recent,
okay. Yeah. Okay. So do you still train there then?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I actually last Wednesday injured my adductor. Wasn't quite sure what happened. I was just deadlifting one day. I was 4 weeks out from my meet. Was warming up, supposed to pull 716 for a double. My last warm was 672, and just had this like crazy fiery nerve twinge stabbing feeling in my adductor, and then couldn't put like pressure on my left leg for a good 25, 30 minutes. Had no idea what was really happening. Couldn't like hinge, nothing. It was just a constant pain. So by the end of the week, it was cool, and I ended up pulling 700 conventional. Gonna try to stop cheating, since everybody else is getting super strong. Not cheating, so I have to not pull sumo anymore.
Just to please people on the internet.
Yeah, you guys actually inspired me to look through multiple federations rule books to see if you could do a Jefferson deadlift.
I looked through all of them, and I couldn't really find anywhere. Most of them have the rule where the bar needs to lie in front of your feet, doesn't it?
Of your feet,
yeah. So there was...
Which is kind of surprising that they've actually put that into the rules.
Right. Because I read and I found like one or two really obscure ones where it was pretty gray. It didn't really specify in front of the feet like that, but pretty much every reputable federation I came across, you couldn't get away with it.
So here's the question though. If you could pigeon toe both of your feet in enough, could you make the argument that it's still in front of your feet? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's in front of both of these.
They would go through desperate lengths to find the wording in the rules.
Yeah. Have you ever done a Jefferson deadlift before?
I've done like 495, I think.
Okay.
I've never really tried it. I always get scared I'm gonna hurt myself. And I hurt myself with normal stuff.
That's what I was shocked like when we first started hyping up Jeffersons and we started getting these people doing like 600, 700, 800 pound Jeffersons. Like, I mean, like, man,
weren't there kids doing like 800 and 900 pound Jefferson?
Sean Green, the deadlift machine, I think did a over 900 pound Jefferson deadlift, and Steve Johnson, Forsaken Warrior, did actually hurt himself attempting like a 900 plus pound Jefferson deadlift, I think too,
which is insane.
And he did it because we were, like we made up a phony open powerlifting record book, and we're recording who was at, and him and Sean Green were kind of going back and forth at it, and yeah, he did hurt himself a little bit doing it.
I remember when that was going on, Tanner, you're messaging me like, "Oh, these guys said they're gonna push like 800 pounds next week." I'm like, "No way, they're not gonna like keep pushing each other like that," and they did. Like, I was shocked when it was happening.
I wonder what the maximum somebody could do ever. Like if Jamal.
Yeah, I would. We would probably pay Jamal to attempt like a 1,000 pound Jefferson deadlift. We should actually talk to him and be like, if we gave you $1,000, would you do a 1,000 pound Jefferson deadlift?
Then there's the whole thing of like if he hurts himself, like
you guys are the assholes.
Yeah, so it's like he hurt himself trying to do this dumb Jefferson deadlift, and he was never the same again. It's like we got to live with that one then.
Yeah,
I'd struggle with that a little bit.
I don't know. I could maybe live with it.
What is the Jefferson deadlift equivalent on a squat?
See, we kind of talked about that stuff before. What about a Zercher? Is that Zercher is too normal still? A Zercher squat?
What's the squat that Martin
Yeah, the Steinborn. It's where they start
your arms just straight out.
No, that's the Frankenstein squat. The Steinborn is where you start with the barbells.
And you go all the way through.
You need clips that are like
the real deal.
Yeah. right. And you rock it over, and then you do the squat. Yeah.
I think that's the Jefferson deadlift equivalent.
Yeah, I think that's probably the closest thing.
So then, what's the Jefferson deadlift equivalent on the bench then?
Reverse, maybe the reverse grip.
That just makes me laugh.
Reverse grip might be it.
Yeah, the idea of us getting, because people would, if we did a reverse grip deadlift contest, a bench contest, people would be pushing that.
Or what about an over under bench press? Over under grip.
Oh, that doesn't sound like it would feel good.
No. I mean,
but everyone loves to bench so much, like people would try it.
Yeah.
I don't know how anybody loves to bench.
Yeah.
Oh, Tanner's practically a bench specialist here. So.
Hey, that's do what you can. Our first experience with you, Garrett, I think, our first experience in person, at least, was we were.
I know what you're going to say, Tanner.
We've talked about
Arnold.
this. Yeah, the Arnold. And we're set up at our booth. And you came like running by, like literally almost like at a sprint, and like grab the lift shorts off the table and be like, the fucking lift shorts.
And like, because you get so flooded with people, I'm just like, oh, who is this asshole? Like just grabbing the shorts. And then you kind of gave us a look. I'm like, Garrett Fear. Okay, yeah.
That sounds like something I would have done, especially the borderline sprint.
Yeah.
That's me.
I think you said, are these those expensive ass shorts? I think that's what you actually said.
I definitely made fun of what they cost.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I did.
And you were kind of ahead of the times then. Not a lot of people were on to the ridiculous pricing of those, but you spotted that out.
No, we beat that into the ground now, but like at the time it was
no doubt now.
That's probably one of my favorite running things. I love the amount of people who comment on other companies' advertisements of shorts, and like they will leave just script messages to these people, to these companies,
and we don't necessarily, we're not out there like,
we've never told anyone to do it ever.
No, but we don't like discourage them, because it is funny, so
it's hilarious.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it is great. But we do remember that. We talk about it quite a bit. And then, so it brought us, we were talking about your age. Are you only 23 now? Is that right?
Dude, I'm a fetus. Yeah.
That's crazy.
we were both, we always do a quick refresher. We look through someone's Instagram feed just to make sure we're not missing anything major that's recent. And I said, it says 23 in his bio here. I go, I don't think he would lie about that, but I don't think he's 23 years old. So then we had to look at open powerlifting, and sure enough, you're 23. So it checks out. We were shocked though.
Yeah. It shows often, all the time. You shouldn't be shocked.
Does it feel like you've kind of done a lot already? Is in the powerlifting, lifting scene and everything at the age of 23? Does it feel like that to you?
No.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been powerlifting for a long time, but done a lot it's a tough phrase. I feel like the opposite, man. In terms of a competitor, I mean, I guess you said the scene. I think I've made a lot of friends. I've met a lot of people. I've gone to a lot of events. Those are like the things I like to do. That like is go to powerlifting meets and go watch big lifters and get my ass beat at meets. As a powerlifter, I've totaled like pretty much the same two totals my last 4 meets in and out of reps. Like I am not good as being a competitor. I'm a great gym lifter. I'm the best gym lifter I know. So if anybody wants to challenge to like the biggest disparity between my total and my gym total, I'd probably win that contest.
What do you think what do you think's happening on meet day? Like that, what do you think you need to do different or?
Oof. Probably a lot. Calm down.
Yeah.
That's probably the biggest one. Calm down. It's like borderline stage fright, which is very ironic, but I kind of had like performance anxiety in every sport I ever did. Like once I had to do something that was important, I was just horrible. Even in track, like all through practices, I don't know, maybe I was the kid who tried too hard at practice. You ever think about that? Like, what if I was the kid who just went all out at practice and then like
that one kid that
it's like I'm like, no,
it's like slow the fuck down, Garrett. Like quit. Like this is nobody gives a shit today. Like we're trying to take this off.
And then I realized that wasn't me either. Like I wasn't that much of a tryhard. So, I sucked at competing always. Like football, I'd forget plays the second the play started. Like I just forget immediately. I'd remember it immediately after the play was over, but just in the moment I'd forget. Basketball, I would almost forget how to dribble. So I guess it kind of carried over into powerlifting because squats it seems every single meet I do, I crash on like my opening squat attempt. I just ruin it. I do something absolutely stupid or cocky.
Yeah, I don't know. You're only 23.
Yeah, well,
that might come with time. You might be like, fuck it. I'm 25. I'm old and wise now. I don't care anymore.
Right.
It's definitely going to be acquired, but it's like, that's like when you ask that question, like, do I feel like I've accomplished a lot? That's kind of like the cop out I give myself. It's like, I'm 23. And, but man, sometimes like you really like debate how often you want to compete anymore. Because it's like, I hurt myself going into every prep, but I want to compete frequently. So like, do I take it easier at my meets? Do I not go as hard at my meets? It's more of a mental challenge of like, man, I was always kind of at first brought into this, like when you go to a meet, like you go all out. So I'm still as a lifter, like challenging that newbie stupidity of like balls to the wall during a meet prep.
Yeah, that's that. There is a line there, and all I can say is looking back is you're young. Like,
yeah. What do you think? I mean, only time will tell, and you probably don't know the answer to this, but at being only 23, and like I said, it feels like you've done a lot of competing and stuff. Would you picture yourself, you could legitimately have 20 more good years in you, potentially, like, do you see yourself powerlifting for that long? Or how do you look at that? Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Like you could just continually get stronger and stronger and stronger for 20 years. You could
put on 10 pounds a year each year. Then you're in the super heavies.
Yeah.
That's why, like, currently I'm in that stage of like, I think I just have to pull back from competing for a little while and just stay on the back end of things and I gotta get bigger. I'm small. I have weird arms. My arms are weirdly small.
But how tall are you?
Like 6'1".
Okay, you are pretty tall.
That's what actually. So I remember we also talked about this at the Arnold because I remember driving there and being like, you can't tell how tall anyone is, like on Instagram. Like
you
everyone,
No.
you just assume everyone is the same height as whatever
Right,
height you are.
right.
And I'm like 6'1", Tanner's 6'3". And so we just kind of assume everyone's that tall. And, you go to the Arnold.
You go to the Arnold, you're like,
everyone's
holy
like,
shit,
everyone's like 5'6", like everyone's tiny. And I remember when you walked away, we're like, damn, he's way taller than what we actually would have guessed.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm still the tall, like skinny one here.
You are really, really like long and lean for sure though. Like you do have that look where do you have long, like, are your arms long? Where do you lock out a deadlift? Do you have long limbs like that, or how does that play out?
Absolutely. I think my wingspan, the last time I measured my wingspan, it was like 6'4" or 6. It's longer than how taller I am. And man, even my brothers used to call me like a chimp. They say I was built like a chimp.
Yeah.
And I always had I have the most feminine joints. I have the cutest little ankles, man.
Dude, I hear you there. I got these tiny little wrists and ankles. These dainty wrists.
Dainty. Before I could have been a hand model. That should have been what I had done before powerlifting. Had I not bitten my nails, I should have been a hand model, man. I have the most delicate looking hands and wrists in the world.
Have you competed, like your recent ones? Have you done 198, or what class have you been in?
The last contest I did 198, but that was in January of 2020. I did 198. I've walked into meets at 220. I did IPL meet in Ohio at 220. I did the 2018 Kern at 220, but I didn't cut. I was eating like cinnamon buns, like while everyone else was weighing in.
Mm-hmm.
I felt kind of bad for it, but that's kind of why I like doing it.
Yeah.
Because it's like I didn't have to cut for it. And 198, I felt like initially I was doing that, obviously, like anybody else, to be more competitive. And then it ended up cutting weight I was too lean to cut that weight as is. So I've been on the rise. I walk around between 220 and like 223 now regularly. So the plan was to compete in December at 220. I was going to do 220 in wraps, but I currently can't really sumo deadlift or squat consistently.
Yeah, that makes it kind of hard then to compete in powerlifting.
Yeah, so I might do the meet still like deadlift only and do a conventional deadlift. And I guest lifted, like I said earlier, lifted at a meet recently and pulled that 700 conventional. Like it felt okay. It kind of hurt doing it, but I left the ducker.
It looked easy.
It was really, it was easy. It was like I didn't really have to. I don't want to say try. Try is the wrong word. I definitely had to try. But I didn't have to exert that much effort to do it. But my left adductor literally was visibly swollen after. I was limping a little bit, and I was like, okay. I got to be careful here.
Yeah. You kind of get a rap as a little bit of a shitty lifting internet police, like that sort of thing. Like, what don't you kind of get the rap as that? Like you kind of call out if you think something is bullshit, you're not afraid. Yeah, right.
But the thing is it's because typically what happens, I think, is other people get really carried away in what they're saying about lifts that are a poor standard. Recently, everyone's been reposting, I forget his name. He's a sumo deadlifter, and he pulled 1,045 for an almost double with straps, and didn't lock either rep out. And it was cool, but obviously it doesn't mean anything.
Right.
And people are tagging Jamal in it. Jamal, are you worried? Jamal. And everyone's like, what the? I'm just like, ugh. So when it comes to squats, the thing is open powerlifting will count that stuff most of the time. So that's typically the thing that I have to come in and say something like that. I don't have to. I obviously insert myself. And it's because people start calling stuff world records. Recently, the 198 squat world record was broken, and it was ridiculously high. It was the only thing that was not questionable at all was that it was high.
Right.
And I commented on the post and said, is this real? And I put it on my story, and then my comment got deleted, and then it got taken off my story, and then the comments on the post were limited, and there was 5 people who commented on it saying great job, and Open Powerlifting is going to put that in their record books as their 198 all-time squat world record.
But okay, so just to play devil's advocate here, don't you feel like the job of Open Powerlifting is to just report what the refs say is good? Like, shouldn't this actually be the fault of the federation and the refs for saying it's a good lift, though?
Yeah, and I had that mentality for a long time, but Open Powerlifting could have that power. I think could be that system. It already has all the data, and like having Open Powerlifting as just doing just data keeping, like it's important, and it's an awesome tool that we've never had before. And as far as this sport goes, it's groundbreaking in terms of record keeping.
Right.
And I'm grateful for it, but there are a platform who have the power to be that kind of, I don't know, that unifying body of all the powerlifting federations and what counts and what doesn't, and they can establish a rule set and could potentially work with the organizations in a level that I don't know. It's something it's obviously I have no say in how anything happens, but I think they're the people who could do that.
Yeah, I think they could have the power if they want.
I think they definitely do have the power and influence, I think, to do something.
Everything that I've heard out of their camp, though, they
just want to be the data reporters. They don't want to be the ones.
Yeah, that's the thing is I don't think they have. Yeah, they don't want to do that.
No,
which is, I mean, I can't be mad at them for that. That's their platform. Like,
but they have kind of earned the
legitimacy.
Yeah, they have a legitimacy that, like, if they did want to take that on, I think most people would. Respect. I mean, there's always going to be like if you're shorted, you're going to be pissed.
It would be interesting to see if they did throw their weight around though.
Yeah.
Nope, we're not counting that. What people would do,
right?
Or would it just open up to there's the other rule book there, or there's the other world record book. There's the Open Powerlifting one, and there's the one of what our federation says.
Right.
Well, I don't think. But the thing is, I don't think it would ever go to a point where Open Powerlifting starts dabbling and changing the current rules in the legitimate federations.
But I don't think that's the problem though. Aren't all federations you have to squat at least to depth? The problem is the judges don't enforce the rules. That's always the problem. You want to step one leg over the bar and one knot and do a deadlift, and they're not going to call it.
I promise you, one day I will do that in a meet.
I would be very happy to see that.
I will do it. I'll do an opening deadlift with 600 pounds, and I'll do it, and it won't count, but that's okay.
Well, who cares about an opener anyways then?
It's not important. I don't hit them that often either.
Yeah. Is there anyone on social media that really pisses you off, that you've got it into it with over this stuff, and at the end of the day you're not that you actually kind of
we'll have our own opinion.
Right.
No,
that guy pisses me off. Yeah.
Time out. I didn't realize that you can have such a thick accent being from South Dakota.
Western Northeast South Dakota.
I actually hearing it now, talking to me. It's completely different than what I've ever heard before.
So where are you actually from, Garrett?
Are you from Indiana?
I'm from Indiana. Okay. I lived in Ohio. I lived in Ohio for a long time.
Okay, but you're a Midwest guy.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But do you think we kind of have
a
Canadian accent?
An accent. Only everybody else has an accent. If that's what you're implying.
Well, in our defense, though, it's Thanksgiving Eve. We're tipping back a few brews tonight, so maybe it's coming out a little thicker than normal.
Yeah, I've had 3 of these Topo Chicos.
Whoa, what are those?
Oh, it's a sparkling water that I absolutely hated the first time. JP Price told me that it was better out of a glass bottle, so I tried it.
Oh yeah, we've got those.
I have cases. I have cases.
Yeah, it's out of that green glass bottle. Yeah, we have those at home. My wife actually takes those bottles then and cuts the top off them and turns them into drinking glasses.
What are they called?
Topo Chico.
Never even heard of this.
It's out of like a green glass bottle.
My mind's blown right now.
Well, we'll do it on
Yeah.
because it's funny you say that. We have a segment on the podcast every week where it's called What's in the Can. Usually every week it's a sparkling water. Today it happened to be a brewski. But what's your favorite sparkling water then?
Man, okay. There's like a favorite, and then there's like a I can always depend on it.
oh
Yeah,
you're
that's true.
speaking to us right now.
Yeah, that's true.
So like the I can always depend on it is probably a bubbly.
Oh, okay. What
A certain flavor?
Yeah, what flavor?
Oh, a strawberry.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Bubblies have more flavor than
yeah.
kick with a punch compared to some of
Bubblies
them.
really pack the flavor in. My probably go-to bubbly is cherry. Cherry bubbly is, and
Cherry's good as well.
I don't even really like cherry stuff that much, but cherry bubbly is
blackberry.
good.
Blackberry. That's my favorite from bubbly. It's the blackberry. I remember it.
Okay, so
It's
what's
like the purple can.
what's the other? You said that's what's your other one? Then?
Perrier L'Orange.
L'Orange. I have had that once.
It's lime orange. It's so good.
Yep.
We
Plus, you feel extra fancy when it's Perrier.
Something about it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you just you crack that bottle and you feel liberation.
Yep.
one of our go-tos, our old standbys, is a Pamplemousse LaCroix.
Ugh,
Yeah, Pamplemousse LaCroix.
I'm disgusted by you.
Dude, I've actually been hitting the pure
Do you
LaCroix
smell your own
lately.
farts?
It smells like sparkling water.
Dude, when you elevate to the pure LaCroix, not even flavor, just straight up bubbly water, then you've hit a point.
Have you seen all the memes that describe what the flavoring of LaCroix is?
It's like this sat on a truck next to apples. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like somebody ate Skittles and burped them into his hand.
Yeah. We take pretty big
Wonderful.
offense to all of those since we like our sparkling waters. We get pretty offended by them. But
There was a question.
yeah,
Yes,
that's the original thing was, is there anyone have you encountered through the Instagram world or through the lifting world that you actually kind of get pissed at, or that you're a little bit like,
That's what we were talking about.
Like how'd you say it? At the end of the day, you're not like, yeah, we have our differences.
No, like
and-
not, we're not on the same page and we never will be.
yeah.
Probably somebody. Oh, you know what, dude? It's Matt Mitchell. It's always going to be Matt Mitchell.
Yeah, I
think that's always-
was wondering about him.
I think that's the only person who, like, just still in the end, like, didn't act like he had a brain.
Right.
Like, he didn't act like he could think. I think
Right.
he had he was trying to fight people like via the internet. Like, he was threatening to fight people.
Yeah,
And
did
to
he
me,
threaten you? Yeah.
Was it the squat or like what was
His squat very
Yeah, okay, I
very
couldn't
high.
remember. Yeah, that's what it was, yeah.
He was squat.
And I'm like, dude, this is a squat. That's to me, I think that'll always be like the favorite one that I've ever had, beef ever. And I met him, and he seemed like he'd be such a nice guy. And he was a douchebag after the fact.
Yeah.
Mm.
Some people can
Probably
be so different on the internet too, you know.
I don't think I've really met anybody who is like exactly what I pictured.
Yeah.
Jamal is just like quiet and to himself, and like just sits. And if you're not saying anything, like, he'll just stare at the floor.
Yeah, we did meet him one year. At the
We did
Arnold,
actually, yeah.
thinking of other people too. You know what? We had John Hack out a while ago, and he kind of made fun of us for liking sparkling water, didn't he? Didn't he say?
did. Yeah.
Can you believe that?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares what John Hack thinks?
Is there any way we could start some internet drama between you and him?
He's better than me at everything. What's the point?
He's kind of better than everyone at everything.
I mean,
right
with
now.
that mentality, you could also say you have nothing to lose. So
Yeah.
But that's the lowest point to be, my friend.
I know.
I don't want to. Those are hard words to admit.
I think everyone has to admit that if they're trying to compare themselves to him at this point in time, though. He's a freak.
Bench is a cool 5 something.
Yeah, like 565 bench press.
To me, my favorite is his deadlift. His deadlift, it gives me a vibe of like, I'm gonna pick this up,
Yep.
and put it down.
There's something about just like almost having like a calmness and just like a minimalist setup where you're just like,
seems
man,
too easy.
yeah, it's
Like,
like, is that guy even trying right
Just
now?
go out here and pick it up.
Yeah.
That picture from the showdown, that the one where he's walking away doing like, "Are you not entertained?"
Yeah. That's great.
He was thinking that when he had to be, you know.
Yeah.
He had to be. He's a phenom.
Yeah.
He's like an actual, like, it's just. I think he'll be like a strength legend. Like he'll be one of the people, you know, who gets featured by the graces of like Massenomics.
He's already been in a versus and you've also been in a versus and a rookie card though too. So you're right up there with him right now. You've done both.
Look at how strong John is.
What did you think was a bigger honor for you, being in a Massenomics rookie card or a Massenomics versus?
The rookie card.
Yeah.
The rookie card was cool. I wanted to get that put on like an actual card. And I wanted to keep it forever.
We've had people put that on a banner before and hang up in the gym.
We actually have one guy.
It's such a cool idea.
Yeah. We have.
You guys should work together with like Gino, or not Gino. Oh my God, Angelo Fortino, Two White Lights. He's doing like a weekly power rankings thing. It's pretty cool.
Oh, we know him. He follows Massenomics.
You should do something similar.
Yeah.
You should do something similar, like some sort of weekly power rankings. That's like kind of like a satirical version of his, but like more satirical of powerlifting in and of itself.
So what does he do? Like, explain that. What does he do? Like, is it a post through Instagram or what does he put out?
Yeah, it's just like so he's only done it this like one time, but it was so cool, man. He like basically ranked this week's top 5 like IPF USAPL competitors and explained why in like pretty good detail in the post below, and explained why certain people weren't on the power rankings, like broke it down like in the way that you would like almost sports radio, just like via Instagram post, which is Angelo's. It's what he's wonderful at doing.
He always has the really bloody shins deadlifting, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. And you, I guess I suppose.
Yeah. I have pretty bloody shins too.
Yeah.
There's a picture of me and John Hack actually, where like my shins are busted.
Yeah.
We did. Okay, if this doesn't show you how fucking strong John Hack is, we were in the cage together like 2 years ago. We both missed an 800-pound deadlift. We both missed it. We both pulled 770 and missed 800 pounds. And 2 years later, he's pulled like 860, and I still haven't pulled 800 pounds.
Didn't you pull 800? Didn't you come really close to that in a meet or something? Did you just like drop?
I did it once in training, and then in a meet, I had downward motion. And then after that, I what's that phrase? Shit the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, all over myself. Sheets ruined. It was not a pretty sight. I went from 804 to 826 because I still went really, really fast. And I was like, oh, whatever, I'll fix it. And I just like, I got nervous and I didn't even break the bar off the floor. Didn't even get close. I looked stupid.
Been there before.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, not 804.
No, not that much, but been there figuratively, or like relatively speaking.
Conceptually,
yeah.
I've done way worse. I've done worse than that in some of my earlier meets. Some of my first couple raw meets, I made some of the outright stupidest decisions in the world, thinking I could just be like, all right, on meet day, if I just go in and hit my max as my opener, I can finish.
There's always that thing you do when you like do the equation of like, okay, this could be my total, but then you realize it would be just insane PRs in every lift to get there. Like, that's not going to happen.
And that used to be me.
Yeah.
That used to absolutely be me. That's still kind of me, man.
That's a lot. I mean, everyone does that.
I think
math,
that's
though.
most lifters that haven't worked that out of their system.
Right.
Yet.
Yeah, that's true.
Or have a coach telling them not to.
Right.
How long have each of you been competing?
First meet. Actually, I remember, Tanner, I was just thinking about this. the first time we ever did a meet, it was like, was it 6 years ago? It was this day. It was the day before Thanksgiving.
Okay.
You said, I'm looking at doing the meet in the spring. And I said,
Yeah.
okay, I'll do it with you.
Okay. I think 2015 was our first powerlifting
Was that the
meet.
first one? Okay.
Yeah, 2015 probably.
That was my first powerlifting meet as well.
Okay.
It's 2015. What did you guys do, like a full power sanctioned meet?
Yep. Yeah, it was USAPL meet. Yeah.
Yep.
Did you do horrible?
I mean,
I think we probably.
I mean, horrible's pretty subjective. Is it like, were you not strong? I wasn't strong.
No,
I wasn't very strong.
Did you go 9 for 9? I went 9 for 9.
Like 7 or 8 for 9.
Yeah.
Like to me, that's probably a better sign of a meet is like that you're not bombing out.
I think I hit a couple PRs.
You had probably like a 4 or something bench.
Yeah,
didn't you?
I benched 424 in that one, and I think I don't know. I pulled like 6 something, and it was good. Like, but I just nervous as hell for your first meet and that sort of thing. I remember that. You know, it was just crazy nervous for all that stuff.
I was way more nervous for my second meet. My first meet was like, okay, I'm here. It's time to learn. I'm going to do this. And after that, I was like, I know everything about powerlifting.
Right. Yeah.
I had set the bar.
Well, also,
And-
like that is kind of a thing. Like someone like you would have now is, you know, a lot of people do follow you on the Instagram and through your lifting and stuff. So if they come to a meet and they see you, you're like, this is that really strong Instagram guy lifting. Like there's like you do have a certain expectation at a certain point. Like, well, this guy ain't gonna screw.
There's an aura there.
Yeah, like anyone that's like that has a big, you know, that has that following and that sort of thing. It's like, well, this guy can't screw up. Like he knows what he's doing, right?
Yeah. And every time I've ever had any type of pressure on myself in that capacity, like in terms of like I cared what like other people expected of me, was my second meet. I was like, okay, I'm going to do a YouTube vlog of the meet. So I had like a camera the whole time, and I went 3 for 9 this meet, only hitting my openers. I opened way too heavy on everything. My second and third attempts at every lift were absolute failures. Like it's not like I was close or like I missed depth. It's like the deadlifts were glued to the ground. It looked like I was going to break my arms on the bench press, and the squats stapled me in the hole. Like I was an idiot.
And you're just thinking, I'm really glad I'm vlogging right now.
So I make this whole video vlog, and I go home and I connect my camera to my computer, and there was no working microphone on it the whole time.
Sweet. Yeah.
So I never tried ever again to do anything YouTube or vlog related ever. Stuck to Instagram and just kept posting my training there.
That keeps it easier.
YouTube's a pretty big pain in the ass in comparison to Instagram.
It is.
It looks hard. It looks hard.
Garrett, are you familiar at all with our overrated, underrated game?
Absolutely.
Great. We've got
I play it like every time.
we've got a special Garrett Fear set of topics for you.
Okay.
The important thing to remember is you do have to settle on overrated or underrated for each topic. You can't ride the fence. You have to select an answer, but you have your druthers as far as how you answer and how much you elaborate on that. So if you're ready to play, we've got it ready for you.
I'm ready.
Okay. Overrated or underrated? The WRPF.
I mean,
We always like it if people like laugh before they answer. It's like,
We're asking you to rate the entire federation here.
yeah, but like you have to establish a rating first, right?
right.
And then this is tough, man. Because like I feel like either answer just isn't good.
That's the thing. It's how many things like when you feel like when you say something's underrated, it means like it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But also when you feel
Right.
like you say something's overrated, it means like it sucks.
Yeah, like that thing sucks.
Underrated.
Have you competed WRPF?
I have not.
Okay.
I've competed RPS.
Okay.
One of the letters is the same.
Yeah.
2 of the letters are the same, so it's pretty much the same.
It seems like the WRPF has like more and more of some of those bigger meets are switching over to that, isn't it? Or
Yes. And I've been to one that was really good. I've been to one that like should have been a lot better, and I've been to one that was horrible.
Hayden and Steffi, do they do WRPF now or not? Couldn't remember if maybe
they did for 1, maybe 2 or 3 events. They do not anymore, as far as I'm aware of.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. The new showdown is WRPF as well, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
As far as I'm aware.
I mean, really, it comes down to the meet director, though, right? Like a good meet director is going to run a good meet no matter what.
Absolutely. And Alex does a good job.
Yeah.
Right on. So you did say underrated, though.
I'm going to say underrated.
Okay. Well, it's in the record book now. You can't change, so. Overrated or underrated, No Fear clothing?
Okay, were you old enough? Was No Fear a thing when you were growing up?
Hey, listen. My family was a generation behind.
Okay.
We were a whole generation behind. So absolutely. I basically grew up with you guys.
I gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna say, dude, fuck it, underrated.
Bring it back.
I would wear it ironically.
If I was you, I would wear it the shit out of it. Ironically, like that would be great.
I wore a Salt Life shirt, ironically.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Do they still make No Fear clothing? Like, could you buy No Fear clothing still?
Honestly, I think when I made Garrett Fear versus No Fear, I did Wikipedia No Fear. And I think they went bankrupt at one point in time, but then also like switched hands. And I thought they still existed, from what I remember.
I can't imagine they just disappeared.
I'm gonna go support that brand.
You should.
You should get sponsored by them.
Yes. Why the hell don't they sponsor you?
Motherfuckers.
It's a hand in a glove fit.
Exactly.
Overrated or underrated calibrated plates in the gym?
These are really hard, man. What the hell? In the gym.
Because it seems like Garrett Fear likes calibrated plates.
Yep.
Dude, if I don't use them on deadlift, it messes up my deadlift. Okay? And on squat, it's really hard to squat with pound plates because I suck. All right? I suck, guys. I'm going to say for a normal gym, overrated.
All right.
What about an abnormal gym?
Just like a normal, like an average gym scene, you don't need calibrated plates, making them overrated.
Are you saying? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying.
Go ahead.
You said on your deadlift.
No, you go ahead.
No, you are. On your deadlift, you said it messes you up if you don't have them. Are you saying like for you would potentially be harder for a deadlift if you didn't have calibrated plates, or
sumo deadlift for me is way harder with pound plates.
Really? Just the whip like throws you out.
That much whip, yeah. And I can I pull quote unquote all the slack out of it. Right. It just changes the deadlift, man. It just changes it in a way for me that makes it too hard for me, and I'm not strong enough to do it that way as I am with calibrated plates.
All right.
I hate pound plates. They're stupid. They terrorize me. I feel like I'm in Mean Girls. Who here has been personally victimized by the whip on pound plate?
Yeah. Okay. Overrated or underrated? The Indy 500.
Overrated.
Is that a big deal? Is that a big deal?
It is a big deal here. But I didn't realize I should have, because that's what all these giant things are. It's just a giant drunk fuck fest.
Yeah, that's usually how those things go.
Yeah, people just carry out coolers and they get shit faced all day, and the racing is boring.
Have you ever gone?
No, absolutely not. Yeah. Absolutely not. Do I look like somebody who would go to the Indy?
No, I don't.
Yeah. No, you don't.
You know what? I imagine every person ever who goes to the Indy 500 looks like somebody from Western, Northeastern, South Dakota.
Yeah. Tam, do you know anyone that's ever gone?
No,
I don't either.
Yeah, but that's I could see us getting that rep.
There's definitely NASCAR fans around here.
But it's even more so like our buddies down in Alabama. Now,
Is NASCAR a sport?
South.
yeah, down south, those guys are the guys.
Is
that aren't-
NASCAR a sport?
Sure. I'll let it be one.
Yeah,
I don't care. I'll let
it's-
anything be a sport.
It's. I mean, like, isn't video games are a sport now, right? I mean, like,
I guess so. Yeah.
I suppose
It's basically like if you have any type of certain skill, it's a sport.
yeah, like it's not like in the very traditional sense of what I think of as a sport. It's not, but in the sense of like what is a sport now, I guess it is. You know, I guess they all are.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, the demands of playing football or playing basketball or tennis or.
It's just like how many kids grew up learning to race cars? Like, like you're the best out of what? 50 people that got a chance to race a NASCAR?
Your other like rich white friends, or you know, like that's kind of.
If you could be good at one Winter Olympic sporting event, what would it be?
Oh, snowboarding for sure.
Besides snowboarding and skiing.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I would list you.
Like skis
I would
aren't
list
like
you
skis
all.
can't be involved at all.
What's the one where they shoot and ski?
Steeplechase.
Steeplechase is in track where they jump off the giant thing.
Steeplechase is cool.
Yeah, what is a steeplechase? Yeah, what is that one?
So
what about
your
curling?
options?
Well,
your options
like
are
skeleton
a
or bobsledding
biathlon,
would be cool.
But
a bobsled,
bobsled, mostly because of cool
Dude,
runnings.
okay,
figure
actually,
skating, ice
bobsled,
hockey, luge.
Oh, ice hockey, yeah.
bobsled would be pretty
Skeleton?
cool. Skeleton would be too scary. Bobsled is just like, oh, we'll just sit with the homies in the sled all day and we get to
Yeah.
push each other down a hill. I could see how that one
Feel
could be really cool.
dividend. Feel dividend.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
No,
mostly because of cool running. So, yeah. Hey, Sanka, you dead, man?
I'm smoking, I'm breathing.
I think I'd want to do curling because I think curling I could do drunk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
curling would be pretty chill. I
And
think.
curling catches some pretty cool. Like it's pretty cool that once every 4 years, people are like, oh yeah, curling. Ice hockey, of course, is pretty gangster if you can be good at that. But
I feel like that'd be just way too hard. To
right.
do.
Figure skating. I wonder if you could make the most money. I bet those top figure skaters make bank. Don't you think, or not?
Probably.
I think the snowboarders make the
Yeah, I
most.
bet
Yeah,
you're right.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think snowboarders and skiers are making some.
Yeah,
crazy
you're
money.
probably
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Speed skating looks fun, but my
Paulo
ankles
Ono, right? Or-
doing any of these would snap. My ankles would roll
We did see
every time
we did see you dunking a basketball though pretty easily.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can kind of dunk. See, the problem is like my hands honestly they're pretty small, and I can't really hold the basketball above my head because of my shoulders.
That is
I
the
could
hardest
dunk
part.
I could dunk way easier, like towards the end of high school and like my first 2 years out of high school. But I got bigger and gained more weight and
Yeah.
became slightly less athletic. You know, because dribbling and shooting a basketball defines athleticism.
yeah. My trick was
In
always
case you didn't know.
if you use a volleyball. Volleyball's a little easier to
yeah,
hang on
palm
to.
it, yeah.
You can dunk volleyballs a lot easier.
Yeah, but then like, imagine telling somebody that.
Like, I could dunk a
It's
volleyball
just
pretty
the
well.
visual, like,
I-
oh, that guy dunked something.
Yeah.
I dunked a volleyball. And I don't mean to brag or anything, but one time I even did a nice slam with a football.
There was a period of time when I had just started lifting before I got very heavy that I could dunk pretty well. Like I could do like two-handed dunks,
really?
like a drop step two-handed,
Yeah.
not in a game, but like nobody's around me. But then like as soon as I gained like the next 30 pounds, then it's like, oh, now I can barely jump at all.
Yeah,
You know, like
I had
it
a
was-
very small window.
Yeah.
Like I did play like in a city league volleyball team, and that's
Yeah.
where I was like, oh, there was a basketball hoop, and I could dunk a volleyball.
Right.
And then it's like I gained just a little more weight, and it took like an inch off my vertical,
Yeah.
and it just stayed there. Like that's just where it was at.
It doesn't like and the older you get too, I don't think like the vertical is something that comes back very well. You know, it's pretty much gone.
I played pickup basketball with just a couple of dudes once, and we played for like, you know, a good 2 hours, played like 4 or 5 games. And after the first game, it did look like I had been absolutely murdered. My whole body.
It's
it
a
looked
different
like
type of shape you got to be in.
Yeah, and it hurt. And I was hurt for weeks.
And also like
I'm fragile now.
Also, like I played City League for several years and stuff, and people like want to get in fist fights almost every time. It like ends in like somebody like yelling at each other, and I'm like, dude, this isn't worth it.
Yeah.
Like everyone here sucks. First of all, like why is everyone pissed off at it?
Fist fight in city basketball. All right, next one.
No.
Over under.
No. Actually, one bonus one. Overrated or underrated Peyton Manning?
Probably underrated. I'd say underrated.
Are you a Colts fan?
Absolutely not. I barely even watch football anymore. When I did, I liked the Eagles.
Okay. Makes sense.
Well, you got a Super Bowl win now, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Carson Wentz.
And, it was weird when I realized I didn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of, I'm not far off that boat anymore.
Life's
myself.
easier if you just don't be concerned with that stuff.
No.
I agree.
That did wrap up our overrated, underrated, and great news for you. You passed, Garrett. You did a good job.
We could hear the relief from here.
You did not choke under pressure today. As a matter of fact, you excelled.
You thrived.
Yeah, you came out to play today.
And, I'd like to thank my moms. She got me here.
That's the most important thing. No, we were excited to have you on. That kind of wraps up. We usually finish it up after overrated, underrated. Is there anything else you wanted or needed to get out there before we hang her up today?
No. The only things really coming up that are event-wise, especially with how things are going with COVID, and states seem to be locking down more. We're doing the Circle City Super at Indy City Barbell, which is going to be a 2-day sanctioned event. Day one is going to be a USPA powerlifting meet, and day two is going to be a USAW weightlifting meet. And we're going to pay out the best super totals, as well as some of the powerlifting totals and weightlifting athletes. And we're going to do a live stream for that and the whole big thing. Not the big thing, but everybody be able to watch it and see what everybody does. So that's really the only thing coming up.
Awesome. And then, of course,
all right, thank you guys.
You want to say anything about No Fear, your latest sponsor?
You can pitch them,
I haven't seen anything you guys have done in a decade and a half.
But I love you now. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Awesome. Well, we're happy to have you on. It's good to catch up with you. And someday, when the Arnold's a thing again, we heard it might get pushed to like June or May, something like that. We'll hopefully get to run.
I think that'd be better. It wouldn't be so goddamn cold.
We did see a message about that. Someone forwarded me today that maybe that would be the plan this year. Is they might try to have it in June. So.
And do it outdoors, probably.
Open market style.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, sounds like what they do with COVID.
Farmer's market of supplements, basically.
And expensive shorts.
I'm never buying a pair of lift shorts.
Well, most people say that same thing, and it's usually because they can't afford it, Garrett.
Well, listen, I have 2 mortgages. No, I don't. Absolutely not. I just can't afford it, man.
Yeah, no, that's
too high quality anyway. I think if I put it on, I would just instantly all I'd have to do is just shout "pour" at other people. Pour. And just point aggressively to the lift logo.
Yep.
It comes with the territory.
People get it. All right, man.
Massenomics for life.
That's right. We appreciate it. We'll catch up with you another time.
Thanks a lot, Garrett.
Yeah, no problem, guys.
See ya.
Mr. Garrett.
No
fear.
Garrett, no fear. No fear.
No fear. That was fun.
Yeah, that was. We talked about a lot of different things.
We did
Garrett
talk
today.
about quite a bit there.
Yeah.
I think we could have kept talking, but
we could have.
We're going pretty deep already.
Holy cow.
I mean, we got a lot to talk about still, Tanner. So
we do.
Thanksgiving Eve doesn't come around just every year.
No.
It doesn't come around every year, Tanner.
I mean, once a year if we're lucky.
If we're lucky, you get it once a year.
And we haven't always recorded on Wednesday nights, so we usually aren't recording a podcast on Thanksgiving Eve.
I mean, this is the first time we've ever done it in the new studio.
It's the Black Friday Eve.
It is. And that's almost the most important day of the year. Cool. This is the time, I've seen this, the big thing on Facebook. A lot of people are afraid that the United States is turning into socialism. And what better way to buck this socialism trend than to exercise your capitalistic rights and
buy a pair of lift shorts.
Just buying stuff and putting yourself into crippling debt. So we're doing our part to keep the capitalist dream alive.
What do you think is, that was interview with Garrett was cool beans, though.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Cool beans.
Beans.
There we go. Now it's official.
I give Garrett 2 cool beans.
Yeah,
for
sure. 2 cool beans there.
What do you think with us running Massenomics? What's a bigger deal to you anymore? Thanksgiving or Black Friday? Because I almost forget that Thanksgiving is coming.
My wife doesn't listen to this, so
Thanksgiving requires almost no effort, and Black Friday requires
tomorrow
a
I'm gonna
whole
wake up,
bunch of effort.
Actually, no, well, in a normal, in a normal year, it'd be I have a baby boy. We can have this. We're not having a huge
going over with everyone.
Yeah, we're not doing. So it's like it's gonna be pretty chill. It's with my family that I see pretty much every day anyways. Right. So not that I'm not excited, but it's just, it's a nice day.
And it's fun because nobody's working.
Yeah. I'm just going to eat a bunch and it's going to be a chill day. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be a nice chill day with the family, which is going to be good. But Friday, it's like, I don't know what's going to happen. Anything could happen Friday, right?
Friday's game on.
Friday is game on.
The world of possibilities.
The world of the door is opening up to saying this is what's possible. Anything could happen here.
It's really is. It's just one day, one weekend, but it really does set the tone and pace of like what we like. What
could happen.
Yeah, what track are we on here? Like, there's a lot that we find out over just that few days.
Like, not to go too much into the business side of Massenomics, but for us, it's always been like historically. I mean, historically, we've not sold much at all, just because we've just been growing. Like we say that every year. It's like, like we get excited.
It's always relative
and then
to
like the next
what we're
year,
at now.
The next year eclipses the previous year.
Right.
But historically,
like if we did what we did last year, this year we'd be like, well, that sucked.
Yeah. But historically, we always get crazy jacked on Black Friday. And then the next year turns out to be like, well, or like the following months then in the following year after that turned into be like, well, that's kind of like the new normal.
Right.
And I hope that's the case this year.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
Yes, I agree. I agree completely. I agree with all of that.
I mean, that's what has to happen here. Tanner's going to be homeless soon, people.
That's what's going on in my life. Actually, we already did kind of our family Thanksgiving stuff this weekend for the most part, because tomorrow what we're going to be doing is moving.
Oh, you are tomorrow?
I mean,
or just some of it?
Just more. Like we're today, yesterday, the day before that. Like tomorrow, but tomorrow's a big day that we're going to start. Like we're getting a lot of stuff moved where it gets to be like, now we're starting to make decisions like, well, do we move this now or in 7 days? Like, do we need this thing right now or can we get by without it for 7 days?
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to like start even moving some furniture tomorrow. You know, it's up to this point, it's been like all this storage room stuff and like all this extra clothes.
A freezer full of frozen burritos.
Like I packed up like every t-shirt I own that's not Massenomics. So that still left me like 40 t-shirts.
Yep.
Like all like these t-shirts, I'm like, dang, just like a year ago, I went through my t-shirts and got rid of a bunch that I never wear. And
if you ever want a ton of t-shirts, start a t-shirt company and kind of get to know people. You'll have an unlimited supply of t-shirts for the rest of your life.
We still always super appreciate it, but I'm like, at this point, I could wear a t-shirt every day and not get through all my t-shirts.
I have to actively purge them. I actually was going to bring a pretty nice stack of them to the gym today. I left it sitting right by the door on the way out, and I forgot to bring it.
It is a nice thing though with us having the gym that we get to, because someone finds great value in that.
I would have been crazy jacked at the gym we used to go to if I would have walked in the door and all these brands that are like awesome.
All these lifting apparel. Yeah.
They had t-shirts sitting there for free. I would have been like, this is the best gym ever.
Yeah. So, and then I feel better about it because I know that they're getting good use and they're like people that lift are using them, wearing them, maybe posting them on social media. Like it gets actual better use than I keep a few in my personal collection.
But there's a point where it's like, okay, you got just a stack of t-shirts this tall. Like how you can't wear these possibly.
Nope. Not to like, let alone our own stuff. I like to wear Massenomic stuff a lot because my thought is like,
I like to get high on
if I don't wear it, then how do I expect other people to wear it?
There's kind of this theory, Tanner, actually, with bands that there's not very many bands that can pull off wearing their own t-shirts on stage.
Right.
Like because there's this fine line of like, you kind of look like you're like a dick, like just way too into yourself.
Right.
Or that you're just like that much of like an OG that you can pull it off. I think we can pull it off with Massenomics though.
I think, we're doing it.
We've literally done it for 100 plus many weeks running now. Like,
yes.
we're too far down that road to turn that around.
Yeah, it can't stop now.
Tanner, we just crossed the hour. Well, this is slightly behind, but we just about crossed the hour and 40-minute mark as people are listening right now. So this is getting up there for one of our longer ones ever.
Nobody ever messages in and says
that was too long.
You've done too many. Like, if anything, some people are like, I wish you guys would go longer.
Well, you know what? Okay, you know what's crazy? I go through phases, and like right now, the Joe Rogan podcast, I haven't listened to it much lately, but I was looking. Okay. I want to get your guess here, Tanner. Joe Rogan recently had a podcast with Tom Green. Okay. Do you remember Tom Green from back in the day?
This is the Tom
my
Green
Bubba's on
show.
The Swedish.
It's not the Green Tom show. This is my favorite show.
Because it's my very own show. If you get bored sometime, look up Tom Green show clips online. Oh my God, that show is hilarious.
I used to very much enjoy the Tom Green
every once in a while, we pull it up on YouTube just to take it all in again. Okay. Joe Rogan, Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle's the one I just watched. Joe Rogan, Tom Green. How long do you think their episode was?
Oh God, 3-4 hours?
Nope.
More?
Well, it's more than one of the numbers you said.
Oh, 3.5 hours?
4 hours and 49 minutes.
Wow.
That's an audio book.
Wow.
That's an audio book. That's
over half a working day.
That's a long time. He also, as of today, he has one with Mike Judge.
Okay.
Do you know who Mike Judge is?
No.
Beavis and Butthead.
Oh, I do know that name.
Office Space.
Okay, yeah.
Idiocracy.
Right.
That would be interesting to listen to.
We had some orders come in. You know what would be a fun thing to start doing sometime? I'm not saying they're going to do it now, but like anyone that orders while we're recording, I read off like, thank you.
Live shout outs on the air. Here we go.
We should do a couple of quick podcast reviews though.
Yeah, we should.
Because we're getting backlog. We're up to 267 now. I checked earlier today.
We have had a few orders come in during the podcast.
Yeah. Okay. Podcast reviews, and you can leave these on Apple Podcasts if you like to. I'm going to read a couple here and still working on getting caught up with these, but we've had a backlog. So this first one is from Redhead Stunner, and it is titled With Everything Going On. Spoiler alert, listening to this podcast will teach you how to get strong, stay strong, how to use your strength. Your total will go up, and you'll go broke trying to afford the lift shorts. Be sure to follow them on Instagram, on their website, everything. Next one is from, have I read these ones before?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Well, I guess they're getting a double read if we have before.
Double
Next one is from Don G. Biggin. He said, if you could turn a meme into an hour-long show, this podcast is pretty much what you would get. If you come into it expecting nothing, you won't be disappointed. This is the premier podcast for insights such as how to get LaCroix, how to stay eating apple pies, even how to use your wallet to pay for lift shorts. God, I think we've read these ones before. It's still okay.
I can't remember. It's all blurred.
Okay, next one is from Hunter to Bile. Whether you've come for a podcast about a nice LaCroix right out of the oven or a podcast about ads, you come to the right place. Never miss an episode. Keep on keeping on. And oh yeah, this podcast, I definitely give it cool beans.
Tanner, someone did mention today, I think it was on Instagram, I read it. They said we should review a McDonald's holiday pie on air.
Oh, we should do that.
We will do that before the year. Assuming our McDonald's has it, we will do that before the year's over.
Right.
That has to happen.
Right. That's Dan Bell.
I could almost see him for a second there, Tanner.
How about our ads? Before we finish, better talk about these. Today's show is brought to you by Hybrid Performance Method. They're your one-stop shop for all things fitness and online coaching, whether your goals are training-related, nutrition and body composition-related, or both. Hybrid has a program for you. With dedicated and experienced coaches in each strength and fitness discipline, you can rest assured that you're in the best hands possible. Use our discount code there. It's MASS, M-A-S-S, in all caps, and that will save you
in all caps
5% off any training or nutrition memberships for the entire life of your membership at hybridperformancemethod.com. This episode is also brought to you by Texas Power Bars. Way back in 1980, Buddy Cap set out on his own to make what he believed was the greatest bar he had ever seen and trained with. And the Texas Power Bar was born. It was strong as a house with the best knurling, and it was maintenance-free. Hundreds of state, national, international, world, and Massenomics powerlifting records have been and continue to be set and broken on the Texas Power Bar. To learn more, visit them at texaspowerbars.com. And this episode is brought to you by Lifting Large. Lifting Large has set a new standard for customer service within the strength world. They have live website chat support and speedy email responses. Lifting Large is home of the ground lock deadlift slipper, and they are always in stock and ready to ship. Massenomics listeners can save 20% on all Lifting Large branded products by using our discount code, and it's MASS20 at checkout at liftinglarge.com. Last but not least, this episode is brought to you by SPUD Inc. The goal of SPUD Inc. Straps is to make products that support sports performance and help everyone achieve their training goals. They make products that last forever, won't bust your budget, and most importantly, leave no doubt about success when everything is on the line. Check them out online at spud-inc-straps.com.
You know, Tanner, so we have hit the hour and 45 minute mark.
Oh, we did it to him.
Actually inspired, like, I kind of want to, like, sometime, like, we just need to do like a 3-hour podcast. Like, people are just going to, like,
do it.
It's just going to drop and they're going to be like,
Yeah.
3 hours? I got to listen to this whole thing.
Well,
but we could,
yeah.
we could be fun though, because we could make it like a call in thing when we just call tons of Massenomics supporters. Like, I don't know what the reasoning would be, but I feel inspired that we need to do that sometime.
We should do that sometime. We need to do a Q&A episode at some point in time too, because we get a lot of little things that pop up, and I think we
it's
could
been
do
a while since
Q&A.
we've done one too.
And like a popular episode we have, if you go back, is the last one we did not that long ago. Maybe it was just before 200 or something like that. We did one called like what our own training is or something like that, and it got a lot of views, and like we get a lot of DMs about that. So at like one, we could just talk about what we're doing for training, or do a Q&A and that sort of thing. And something I want to talk about someday is hook grip. Like, I've really gotten my hook grip way more figured out, and I actually was thinking about putting an article about it, that there's like these 3 easy tricks to fixing your hook grip, because I actually think
at 3 easy tricks.
Yeah, I really let me think if there's even 3 too. I don't even know the number of easy tricks, but it's just like a couple of easy tricks that I used to implement to fix my hook grip.
Significantly better.
Yeah, significant. Like I now feel like my hook grip would never be the limiting factor.
Really?
But yeah, I feel like and for the longest time, whenever I would try, that was not the case. So stay tuned for that.
Wow, you're going to leave us with that cliffhanger today?
Yeah.
This indefinite cliffhanger?
You could be hanging on for like, I don't know, 12 episodes. The problem is,
you're going to want a hook grip to hang on this long.
You really need these 3 easy tricks. Like, you're
for as
screwed
long as
without them.
Tanda's going to keep you hanging.
But the thing is, we've just had all these good guests, and we still have so many more good ones lined up. I don't want to not have a guest also too.
I think before the end of the year, like as of this coming out, we probably have 4 episodes before the end of the year.
I suppose.
I think we probably need to do an episode, probably not a guest, like just us.
Maybe like the last one of the year.
Maybe it can be a time of reflection.
Yeah, that's
we can look back at what Massenomics did for the year.
All the opportunities we missed.
Something
with
like
everything going on.
With all this stuff going on.
We can look back on everything that went on. And then finally turn the page where 2021 is going to be great.
Yeah.
Like, there's not going to be things going on. And what's the line? Everything going on
in these uncertain times.
Times are going to be so certain in 2021.
The times will be so certain. It's literally, you're going to wake up every day knowing. Like right now,
I'm waking up with absolute
Like right now,
certainty.
times are so uncertain that you literally just wake up every day in your house and you know exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to go the other way. Times are so certain. You're going to wake up every day knowing what's going to happen because times are so certain. And like, it's almost the same thing.
Yeah.
It went from so uncertain to, to like so certain that you know.
Certainty. And also that, along those lines, like even to a further extent, they won't be trying whatsoever. Like the times will not try you.
These times are just go with the flow, baby.
Yeah.
I like
the times we're going to be living in.
I like it
with everything that's not going on.
Mm-hmm. God, Tanner, I kind of want to go like another minute or so we have our first hour and 50-minute podcast.
That's we already did the ads. We did the podcast reviews.
We did do the ads. I could read the mid-roll ads again. just at this point, just trying to just extend it out, just reading more ads.
We could thank a couple podcast supporting members.
Yeah,
just be like, thank you.
Let's give them a shout out.
This person.
Yeah,
thank you.
Thanksgiving. It's a time of thanks.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. Like, I'm really thankful for our podcast supporting members
because we got some really awesome ones in there.
Yes, and.
In no particular order of.
So where do they go if they want to sign up for that?
Massenomics.com/join.
Yeah. To become a supporting member, aka friend of the podcast. And thank you, Spencer from Alberta, Canada, for just ordering something right now.
Wow, Spencer.
So that's like
You didn't know
that thing.
You didn't know Spencer from Alberta, Canada was going to get a shout out when he placed that order.
Okay. So going to thank a few podcast supporting members because it is Thanksgiving. Thank you, Scott Dodds.
Scott.
Thank
Scott's a real one.
Yep. Thank you, Carter of Oklahoma. Thank you, Johnny Winter of Great Britain.
Probably a fake name.
Yeah. Thank you, Mike Jensen. Thank you, Brandon Amos. Thank you, James Strickland. Thank you, Grayson Phillips. Thank you, Stephen Rose. Thank you, Eric Dahl. Thank you, Daniel Bell. Thank you, Christopher Fenzel. Thank you, Hampton Pelton. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Alexandra, a woman. Thank you, Brian Spanton.
A real life woman.
Yeah. Thank you, Brian Spanton.
Yep. Former roommate.
Thank you, Jeremy Fear. Don't call me Garrett Fear. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Alexander McGarry. Thank you. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, Matt. Big Matt. Thank you, James. Big James. Yes. the old guy that's hacking swimming out there. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Ronan. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, another Matt. Thank you, Jessica, another woman.
Big Jessica.
Yeah, Big Jessica. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Matt, like the fourth Matt. Thank you, Caleb. Thank you, Luke. Thank you, Jennifer, another woman. Thank you, Brandon, like 5 times. Thank you, Gregory. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Sean, 5 or 6 times. Thank you, Tim. Brandon again. Thank you, another Matt. There is way too many Matts.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
We have a lot of
need
Matts.
To get some people that aren't Matts involved.
Yeah.
More. But also, if you are Matt, we will want you involved too, though.
No, we do. Thank you, Matt of what? Netherlands.
The only Matt in all of the Netherlands.
What is the? I'm thinking just looking at some different countries. So I can't tell by the address what country some of these are.
Isn't it crazy? You get the address in the orders.
Some of them, I don't know what country that
almost
is.
Can't even tell what the country is looking at the address.
No. I think this one's Ireland, so we got Ireland supporters. That's enough reading of those for today. But thank you all those people. That
we don't need to do that for
Did
the
I make
last
the time?
10 minutes.
Yeah.
we went over. Now Tanner,
Okay.
I kind of want to go to 2 hours.
the thing I'm butting up against is my bladder.
Yeah, I kind of
After
too.
drinking three crispy boys, I kind of have to pee.
Kind of reminds me of the time we had Tanner reminds me of the time we had the Leader LaCroix on the podcast.
Yeah, Leader LaCroix.
Okay, should we bring this one home?
I suppose we should. So is that Tommy? I guess we should subscribe on YouTube. It's where we have the new video out.
Check
Jim
it out.
McGee and Silent Mike both
They gave us a shout out.
Yeah,
they thought it was pretty legit looking.
and Jim McGee, a man that knows their thing or two about a podcast in a podcast studio. So that was cool to see, to hear.
He thought we spent a small fortune. Joke's on him. We sell lift shorts. There's no such thing as a small fortune.
Money literally means nothing to us at this point.
There's only big fortunes.
We sold like the most pairs of lift shorts today than maybe we ever have before.
We probably actually, with the exception of the blue lift shorts day.
Money literally is meaningless. Like I don't even know what it's for at this point. Like it doesn't mean anything to us.
I just start stapling $100 bills to the wall behind us.
Yeah.
They did give us a shout out, and
so subscribe on our YouTube channel so you can check that stuff out. And I guess you can ring the bell. I don't know what that does for sure, but ring the bell on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, actually, the numbers have been pretty good on YouTube.
They have been.
They have been
more
pumping
people
up,
have been watching. So this is maybe working.
Maybe it's doing something.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good sign.
You know, I have long hair today, so if you haven't been watching,
you can see it.
You can see
on
I
YouTube.
have long hair this episode.
Yep. And I have medium hair. You can see that.
Tanner has very schmedium hair today.
Extra schmedium. You can like us on Facebook, I suppose.
You can. But, I mean, let's be honest. No.
I guess you can. If you're into that. If you're into that sort of thing.
Yeah. But check out YouTube and Instagram.
Leave us a podcast review. No, that one's actually cool.
Podcast review. Once we get to 300, we will do some type of dumb mass marketing that doesn't make any sense.
Yes. You'll laugh.
We'll send a postcard to everyone in our town. You imagine sending a Massenomics like might as well just take our dollar bills and drop them in the trash right away.
How much do you suppose those cost? Well, you got to spend the stamp or
postcard. You can
cheaper,
do a thing.
Right?
It's EDDM. Every door direct mail where they just print. They don't have to address them to everyone, so they just give it to the mail carrier, and he'll give them to everyone on his mail
So what's
route.
that cost a piece?
I think you can, by the time you're looking at postage, and I mean, you still do pay for postage, but at the time you're looking at postage and mailing, I think you can get down to like 30 cents a piece or something.
Still got 25,000. Well, not 25,000 homes.
Yeah,
though.
households though, I think you're looking at
10,000.
Yeah, somewhere more in there. So $3,000 to saturate the entire town, and it's something that
for an
wouldn't
Instagram
matter.
post.
I'd still prefer a billboard.
Yeah,
I think.
billboard, more bang for
Or
a
a
buck.
radio ad.
Yeah, right. I like the radio idea. Ad idea still too. Okay, and the supporting membership, of course, we really do appreciate those.
Massenomics.com/join.
Yeah, you can sign up, and that is your one of two ways to become a friend of the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, I think.
I think so.
Tommy, where do they find you on Instagram?
You can find me at Tomahawk_D.
You can find me at Tanner_Baird. Nobody cares about that. Make sure to follow Massenomics at Massenomics.
See ya.